Coming up next on SportsCenter, 2 down, 2 to go. The men working toward a Final Four. The women are 8 and counting down. Did the defending champs make the cut? A 2-game absence rejuvenated Akeem, but what about his team? Spring is here, and so is Albert Bell.
The media should be concerned about what happens at the ballpark. When we leave the ballpark, they should leave that part of our life private.
We'll check in on the NHL as the regular season winds down and the playoff races heat up. And what does Ulf Samuelsson think of his dirty reputation?
I just like to win, and I really put everything on the line.
So skip on over to SportsCenter next. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to SportsCenter alongside Jack Edwards. I'm Suzy Kolber. 2 pieces to the puzzle are in place. This morning, we'll review and preview the road to the Final Four.
There's no breakdown lane. They just throw them over the side. Wake Forest and Georgetown are in the ditch this morning, and Dick Schaap, John Calipari has taken his team to the national semis, and Rick Pitino certainly knows the way there.
Well, Rick is proving that you can go home again double. He'll be facing his old school in his old neighborhood, his alma mater, UMass, in the Meadowlands, only a tunnel away from Manhattan, which is Pitino's hometown. But if he wins an NCAA championship, which would be Kentucky's first in 18 years, would he ever go home again? Would Kentucky pass a law forbidding him to leave the state? Will pasta replace fried chicken as the culinary symbol of Kentucky? Suzy, your turn.
Well, as a vegetarian, I might be biased, but I'm going for the pasta. Dick, we'll see in a little bit. With a trip to the Final Four on the line, Kentucky coach Rick Pitino was playing the same game, talking up the opponent, in this case, Wake Forest. He said his Cats were in for a real fight. He said the same thing about Va Tech. The Wildcats won by 24. He said he expected a close game from Utah. They won by 31. This time around, Pitino may not have been crying wolf. Midwest Regional Final, Minneapolis. In the first half, Wake's mission, get the ball to Tim Duncan. The Cats' mission, suffocate him with D. When Duncan did get the ball, Kentucky used a swarming double team, limiting him to 3 field goal attempts in the first half. Offensively, Kentucky clicking. Jeff Shepard, 13-3 KU. Wildcats kept the pressure on. Off the turnover, Epps to Antoine Walker to Allen. Edwards for the layup, UK by 12. Dave Odom feeling the frustration, he gets a T. Duncan only had a point. They trailed by 19 in the first half. Second half, Duncan, the turnover. Tony Delk to Derek Anderson for 2, and it's 45-22 Cats. Kentucky going for the knockout, and they got it. Tony Delk, the jumper, he had 25, and the nylon goes home with the Cats. Kentucky is on the road to the Final Four, 83-63. Kentucky becomes the first team to advance. The Wildcats have won their 4 tournament games by a combined 113 points and have now won 20 games by 20 or more points this season. But let's not overlook the defense. They were suffocating as the Cats held Wake to just 22% shooting in the first half. Duncan had only 3 shots.
If you stop the three-point line, Duncan's going to go off. So what are we going to do? Well, we have to double down, but you must stop the perimeter. If you don't stop the perimeter, we're going home. So if you want to go to New Jersey, we can't do one or the other. It's not multiple choice. We must stop both.
They were well prepared in this game. I have no hesitancy in saying that, and I believe totally that they deserve to win the basketball game today. I have no problem with that.
Walking away from Wake Forest tonight, I am so happy that we had to play slow, play deliberate, and we came away playing really strong, maybe our finest half of the season, if not longer.
No other Division I program has a better winning percentage than Kentucky. The Wildcats began the season 10 games behind the Tar Heels in total wins. With yesterday's victory, they now own the mark of most wins ever. East Final in Atlanta, UMass, Georgetown. Allen Iverson, tough as usual, slashing through the lane. The two-hander in traffic. Georgetown up early. UMass didn't let it stand. Marcus Camby in the lane, strong to the hoop. His first field goal of the night on an 8-0 run. UMass showing some nice ball movement. Carmelo Travieso for 3. Minutemen's biggest lead at the half, 14. Hoyas fight back. Joseph Tuamo, steal off Edgar Padilla, takes it to the hoop. John Thompson's Hoyas down 4 at the break. UMass starting the second half with another 8-0 run. Ahead to Donta Bright. 3 defenders. He gets the basket and the foul. UMass by 13. Iverson had 17 in the first half, struggled in the second. Again, Travieso He loses the ball. He puts up the bad shot. Iverson only had 6 in the second half. Travieso the alley-oop to Camby, and UMass reaches its first ever Final Four, 86-62. Camby's 22, Travieso's 20 led a balanced UMass attack. The Minutemen, one of only 2 teams to beat Kentucky this season, will meet the Cats in the national semifinal game in East Rutherford, New Jersey, March 30th. And by the way, Kentucky cut down the nets, UMass didn't. The Minutemen are excited about their first trip to the Final Four, but that's not their ultimate goal.
You saw UMass basketball today. Great defense, diving on the floor for loose balls, unselfish play, playing with emotion and passion, and rebounding the heck out of the basketball.
They should feel good about the effort that we gave. I mean, we did a good job, and we played hard, and that's all you can ask. They were just a better team, that's all.
We played a very good team. You know, it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, UMass is a very good team. We probably could have played better. We didn't play as well as we would have liked to have played, but they had a lot to do with that. They had an awful lot to do with that.
You can't explain the feeling. I mean, it's just something that you dream about when you're young, and you know, you practice every day for, you know, and now we can say we're in the Final Four, and I mean, it's unbelievable.
I think with about 4:30 to go, I looked up and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, we're going.
The story of the Big East in the 90s. Many have tried, none have succeeded. This was the 6th trip to the Elite 8 for the Big East this decade. It was also the 6th loss. The conference hasn't had a Final Four appearance since '89 when Seton Hall went to the title game. Syracuse gets a chance to change all of that later today.